Hey guys, welcome to question MM247 of the Maths Methods Fortify study guide. So, this question says, consider the graph of x squared plus y squared equals 9. If you're not too familiar with the circle functions, it's just, this is the radius squared, so our radius is 3. But we've got this circle here anyway, so we don't really need to worry about how to actually draw it. The triangle OQR has vertices O at the origin and Q on the graph of x squared plus y squared equals 9. And R on the x-axis. Awesome. So part A is a 2-mark question, and it says find the area A of triangle OQR in terms of x. Awesome. So our area is just a triangle, so half times base times height. But actually, one more step. So our base is simply our x value, and our height is simply our y value, right? But we want our area in terms of x. So we know that x squared plus y squared is equal to 9. And we want to get y in terms of x, because we want this area in terms of x. So y squared equals 9 take x squared, which means that y is equal to the square root of 9 take x squared. Technically we would say that this is plus minus the square root of 9 take x squared, but our triangle is in our positive quadrant, which means that we can take the positive value of this, which means that it's just positive. So therefore, our area is equal to 1/2 times x times root 9 take x squared, which means that we can say that our area is equal to x root 9 take x squared over 2. Our first mark comes when we recognize or find what y is there, and our second mark comes when we give our area in terms of x. So that's it for part A. Let's move on to part B. So part B tells us to find dA dx and is a 2-mark question. So part B, 2-mark question, and we need to find dA dx. So we don't have a calculator, so we're going to need to do this by hand, which means that we're going to need to figure out what way is going to be best. So I'm just going to rewrite A. So this is our A value. I'm going to rewrite it as x on 2 times root 9 take x squared. Right, so this is the same thing. I've just rearranged it and changed it into a different form. So this makes it easier for us to see, okay, how are we going to differentiate this? Well, it's a function times another function, which means we're going to use our product rule. Whenever we have that times in between, we can use our product rule. So dA dx, actually, you know what, let's just rewrite this. So we're going to let A equal u times v, where u equals x on 2, and v equals root 9 take x squared. Awesome. Sweet. So we're going to need to say that dA dx is equal to u times d v dx plus v times du dx. Awesome. Cool. However, this function here is a chain rule, like a composite function. So we're actually going to need to use our chain rule to find dv dx. So we're actually just going to detour for a second. So we're going to let v equal root w, where w is equal to 9 take x squared. So we're just doing this because we don't have a calculator and we need to find the derivative of root 9 take x squared. Our dv dx is equal to dv dw times dw dx, which is 1 over 2 root w times negative 2x. So then we end up with negative x over root 9 take x squared. Awesome. So this is our first mark, finding dv dx. So now that we've found that, we can actually come back to here. So dA dx is equal to u, which is x on 2, times dv dx, which is this one down here. So negative x over root 9 take x squared. Let's get rid of that. Plus v, which is root 9 take x squared, multiplied by du dx, which is just 1 on 2. Right, so du dx of this is 1 on 2. So then that, dA dx, gives us root 9 take x squared over 2 minus x squared over 2 root 9 take x squared. Awesome. So this is our second mark and final mark for part B. Let's move on to part C. Part C is a 2-mark question. and says find the maximum area of triangle OQR and the value of x for which this occurs. Awesome. So as always with maximum area, guys, we're going to need to find our area function, which we did, and we're going to need to derive it, which we already have because we found dA dx. So at the maximum, we're going to have to make this equal to 0, right? Because the maximum always occurs at a stationary point. So 0 is equal to, actually, you know what? I'm just going to rewrite this. So 0 equals that. So then from there, we get x squared over 2 root 9 take x squared equals root 9 take x squared over 2. Sweet. Cross multiplying this, we actually get 2x squared root 9 take x squared times root 9 take x squared is just 9 take x squared. So we get 2 outside of 9 take x squared. Then from here, we can divide both sides by 2 to get x squared equals 9 take x squared. So 2x squared equals 9, x squared equals 9 on 2. So then x equals plus minus the square root of 9 over 2. Since our x value is positive, it's in our first quadrant, x is equal to positive root 9 on 2, which is 3 over root 2. And we can even rationalize the denominator to say that x equals 3 root 2 on 2, which is our first mark. So this triangle has a maximum area when our x value is 3 root 2 over 2. But we're not done yet because we need to actually find our maximum area. So we know that our x is equal to 3 root 2 on 2. We also know that from previous question, our area is equal to x outside of 9 take x squared over 2. So 3 root 2 over 2 times root 9 take 3 root 2 over 2 squared over 2. It's going to get a little bit confusing, but I'll do my best to keep it simple. So 3 root 2 over 2 outside of root 9 take 9 over 2 over 2. What we get now is 3 root 2. I'm actually just going to split up these fractions. So 3 root 2 over 2 times this over this, right? So times, so 9 take 9 on 2 is just 9 on 2. So square root of 9 on 2 over 2. This gives us 3 root 2 over 2 times 3 over 2 root 2. And this is where your algebra skills and simplifying skills come in. This is actually a really good question to practice this on. So what we then get is 9 root 2 over 4 root 2, which is, root 2's can cancel, and we get 9 over 4 units squared. So that's going to be our maximum area. This is our second mark. If you have any questions about it, hit me up in the comments below, but apart from that, that's the end of MM247. We just need to make sure that we answer it in exact form because we're not asked for decimals. And we also just need to make sure that we try not to make any mistakes with all this working out because it can be easy too. So, like I said, let me know if you have any questions. But thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.